Sean Jackson, he's still dealing with an abdomen issue, but they will get Alshon Jeffrey back tonight from a calf injury. The Packers, on the other hand, may be without Zadarius Smith. He is questionable with a knee problem. Smith already has 3 sacks and 7 quarterback hits. We will say hello now to Micheke Steele, who joins us from Lambeau Field. And Michelle, already first-year head coach Matt LaFleur has had short weeks. His second Thursday night game this month. How is he approaching the limited work time?
Yeah, Wendy, you know, Matt LaFleur just is not going to overcomplicate things. He said that the Packers are going to run, quote, their best hits tonight on offense. That might be a bit of a head scratcher for a team that, by their own admission, has struggled to develop a rhythm through 3 games. 29th in the league on third down conversions, 31st in the league in 3-and-outs per drive, just behind the Jets. Now, most concerning, the teams are taking Davante Adams, of course, their top receiver, out of the game. I can tell you he's getting frustrated with that, and they're going to need to scheme him open tonight. As Aaron Rodgers said this week, referring to last week against the Broncos, 4 targets for Adams just isn't enough. Now, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, I was with the Eagles this week, and this defense is extremely aware, I would say, of what they need to do against this Packers quarterback. They need to generate some pressure. The problem is, Wendy, this team has not been able to get a hand on the quarterback, just 2 sacks through 3 games. Wendy.
Michelle, thank you. This season, the Packers head coach Matt LaFleur. Actually, we'll say hello to Steve Young now. The Packers have been all about their defense, and Steve LaFleur, who's a disciple of Sean McVay's, was hired actually to be an offensive guru. So the question would be, how concerning are the Packers' early struggles on the offensive side of the ball?
Wendy, I kind of love that they're struggling. I love that they're playing great defense, because in the end, the game today for Aaron Rodgers is easier than it used to be. I mean, we know the rules have made it so, and so, you know, and Aaron's one of the great creators of all time, right? He can do all kinds of things. So let's be 3-0. Let's talk about struggling offensively. Let's figure out how to get on the same page and then explode at the end of the year while we're still winning. So, I mean, this is, to me, best case scenario. I have 0 concerns about unleashing Aaron Rodgers into the future. And so, I mean, tonight I expect Aaron, watch his body language. He won't say anything, but his body language will tell you how frustrated he is. And if he remains frustrated like he was last week, I would start to be concerned. But I suspect that Matt's going to unleash Aaron Rodgers, because they're going to play great defense. Why not say, Aaron, you just throw it 50 times, the defense is going to play well, and I think that's going to be the best case for our team. That's yet to happen. I look forward to that as they get used to this new offense.
It makes so much sense and such an interesting take, because, look, if you can have some struggles and still put up a W, then, you know, all right, work out the kinks. What a great way to do it. And if I'm not mistaken, Victor, you sort of feel the way Steve does, that this is really all about to come together for Green Bay.
Yeah, and I think when, you know, Aaron Rodgers says that they're struggling, they're 3-0 and
right,
struggling.
Yeah.
You know
we should all be so lucky.
That's the key. Yeah, everybody chill.
Relax.
You know, he's good for
Relax.
that. So, but I think they're trending in the right direction. I think they have to, like she said, they have to scheme ways to get Davante Adams the football. I mean, he's the best receiver they got on that football field. They got to get him the ball early and often and just find different ways. Bring him into the slot, motion him up. Don't let them just sit back and put hands on him and be physical with him. Move him around that offense. And I do love that Aaron Rodgers still has that control at the line of scrimmage. You hear him yelling out different checks. You hear him moving guys around. The onus of that offense is still on him, and that's the best part of it all.
And they're also playing an Eagles defense that's 29th in stopping the pass ranked. So
and won't have Ronald Darby.
You won't have Darby, and their pass rush isn't getting to the quarterback. So you think, okay, they don't have Darby. They lost Malik Jackson. Jaden Mills is on PUP. 2 corners there that could help you, and they lost Chris Long. Even Chris Long retired. He was a guy that helped you in the pass rush. Exactly. So when you lose key pieces to the rush and coverage isn't there, that's when you have problems. So if you can't get to Aaron Rodgers, you give him time, and you're struggling in the back end.
And Fletcher Cox is still trying to, you know, get back from that foot injury, having to do a little bit more with the double teams since he doesn't have Malik Jackson beside him like he anticipated.
Well, that's why I picked the Packers to win tonight.